After what has felt like an eternity since Daytona, the Inspired Racing League Cup Series returns tonight at Rockingham. And right now, Bobby Hadaway top of the board with a 23.97. Mike Hauser was sliding into Elijah Fisher second, Hauser third, Farmer fourth, Tyler Stone fifth. Defending winner tonight, Shane Harr right now in seventh.
Hey, real quick, are you posting the link anytime soon?
Yeah. Come on.
Okay.
Just text me next time. Right now, Horror is top of the board. Colton Ward back tonight. Of course, for Colton Ward making his debut tonight. Not really debut, but started the season, missed last week. Right now, hard into the wall goes Ward, as a matter of fact, but without further ado, let's get pre-race. Pre-race festivities started off with the Inspired 250 winner. Josh Anderson, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? One more time. Josh Anderson, Gary Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? Alright, well. Anderson evidently away from the car for the moment. So with that being said, we'll get into man trying to go two in a row. And right now, top of the board here at Rockingham. Shane Hard, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey, man, what's happening?
Well, not a whole lot coming into tonight. The defending winner of this race. And I got to ask you, how does the car feel? Much different circumstances compared to the last time we were here, really? What are you feeling with the car? Do you feel like it's capable of going two in a row?
Well, so far, it feels fast. The track does feel a little slick. 112 degrees, so I think we're gonna melt right fronts off if we're not careful. So, yeah, I'm gonna definitely not be running this pace in the race, and yeah, hopefully we can go for two in a row. That'd be awesome.
Well, buddy, take me through just real quick last week. The emotion, of course, an up and down night for the Inspired 250 last week, able to come away third. Do you feel like momentum's in your favor tonight going forward, sitting third in points?
Yeah, last week it was a little bit of everything thrown at us. So, to come out of there with a P3, yeah, that says a lot about, the grit that we have. So, yeah, it definitely some momentum, the momentum there. And, hopefully it'll transfer over to tonight and, carry out throughout the season.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Right now, Shane Harr, fast in practice, looking to go two in a row at Rockingham.
Enjoy the show, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, to go through it, he's got to go through a star-studded lineup of drivers tonight. We're going to try to get, because right now, car's on the track. We'll try a hot shot Henderson one more time. Josh Henderson, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got another copy? All right, well. Seems like for right now, Henderson not available to talk. However, still got one or two more interviews to go through. Of course, we'll get Hunter Rozelle up in the booth. Hunter Rozelle, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course, you've had a week to sit on and think about the Inspire 250, but now the season goes on. Now we're here at Rockingham. Really, what takeaways can you have for starting off the season strong, and then how do you feel like the night's going to go? Because right now, it's second in points.
I mean, from what I'm hearing, seems to be pretty loose out there. So, just gonna try to combat that as best I can. Run a couple laps here, see how the car feels. I've never ran here, so just looking for a solid day. It'd be great to walk away with a win, and bounce back from the second place of last week. But if we got a good Tuesday, that'll be great.
Well, buddy, I'll go through it with you real quick. Of course, since last week, got a new team, Velocity Motorsports have took you on. Really, have you had a chance to really bond with any of the team? And really, what do you think are some of the positives that'll be coming out of this partnership?
I mean, I haven't really had a chance to, race with any of them, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, they reached out to me last week after the race and had a little bit of hope for me. But it's going to be fun to see how the season goes and just to build a relationship with them as the season goes on.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Look forward to seeing if you can take it up one more spot or hold on to the second place in points. Best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. Right now, Hunter Rozelle taking to the track. Top 10 as they go. Shane Harden, Colton Ward, Mike Hauser, Bobby Hadaway, Elijah Fisher, Brent Hammerhand, Tyler Stone making his second start of the season, missed last week. Travis Farmer, Robert McKay, and David McCullough. Right now, we still got time for more interviews here. Well, let's talk to a guy that really had what looked like one of the best cars last week at Daytona. Unfortunately, was not able to come away with the win. Stephen Henning, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, the disappointment from last week, but this is the start of a new week. Really, what's the plan for the 78 going forward, and how do you plan on rebounding tonight?
Don't go into turn 3 at Daytona and hope that it'll not glitch. That's one good way. And just kind of keep all 4 tires under you tonight and be there at the end.
Well, buddy, I'll ask you this last question, then I'll let you get back going. But really, the way the car is tonight, driver's saying it's loose, 112-degree track temperature. What can we expect? Can we expect a race similar to what we had last year, or do you feel like it's going to be different?
We can hope that we get a race like we did last year. I know last season. I know we can do it. It's just we just gotta go out there and not try and run each other over and just be calm and then put on a show for the fans at home and you to broadcast at the end.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight going forward. Stephen Henning right now, 13th quickest with 5.5 minutes left in practice. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, of course, disappointment last week for Stephen Henning Jr. Looks to rebound tonight. Tell you another driver looking to rebound after a bad run last week. Before we get any of that, I got to do one thing. Apologize, folks. See if they're in here. Ah, they are. Try this one more time. There they are. So now we got our cameras back. But without further ado, 4 minutes to go. Talk to the driver. Very disappointed, very upset over last week. See if we cannot get the driver right now. 3rd quickest on the charts. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you, buddy. What's going on?
Not a whole lot, of course. Just iterated before I pulled you up here. Yeah, not how you want to start last week. However, this is the start of a new week. How does the 43 plan on rebounding from this, and really, what's the expectations going into tonight?
Some great advice I got or I heard recently is base hits. Got to start somewhere. Got to start small. Our goal tonight is not to go how we did last week. Don't end up in a fireball. Don't end up in a wreck. I think we obviously have the speed here to run top 5, maybe even win the darn thing. So we're going to pace ourselves and, see where we start out at, see how we can manage the tires. And if we're in the position for a win, then we'll go for it. Give it all we got.
All right, buddy. Well, we look forward to seeing how it plays out tonight, hopefully. We got one driver that only got one win last season already. Secure his first. Maybe we'll see a second.
So we're open for tonight. Thanks, Garrett.
Yes, sir. Well, being that he has made a time. Well, actually, I'll ask for. I'll pull him back up here. Well, of course, from drivers looking to rebound, that was just one of several drivers. Point standings coming into tonight, you'll see a little bit different points venue tonight. See Josh Henderson on top of the points, Hunter Rozelle, Shane Hart, Thomas Hernandez, Robert McKay, Jesse Glover, Jeffrey Peppers, Jason Williams, Wade Alexander, and Stephen Henning right now. The top 10 in points, top 10 tonight, top 10 in points this season will make the playoffs. No more most winningest drivers, nothing like that, just top 10 in points. And then you look at the field below, some drivers in a situation they don't want to be in early. The back half of the field. Or really one man. One driver on the outside looking in. One can argue he had a great run going last week at Daytona as well before being caught up in an incident. Actually, we'll see where he's on the speed charts first. Actually, is not. Yeah, he is 5th quickest. Let's get Elijah Fisher. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's been a very mentally straining week, to say the least, for some drivers. Of course, you in particular. I got to ask you tonight, arguably one of the fastest cars in Daytona last week. Now we shift to Rockingham right now, 5th quickest. Not in, I would say, unfamiliar territory starting the season off, but how do you go about tonight versus what we saw last week, and ultimately, how do you keep yourself motivated to come out tonight trying to put on a clinic?
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal is at least try to get in the top 10. We points race and about getting as many points as we can, just trying to set ourselves up to get into playoffs and try to pass as many cars as we can in point standings. I think tonight, Daytona, we were solid. We had a really good car, but stuff happens at Daytona, and good news.
Buddy, I'll cut you off real quick. Your microphone's lagging out here.
Be this.
Well, like I said, microphone still having some issues tonight. But regardless, Elijah Fisher, 5th on the scoring charts. We'll let you get that back in. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Good.
Better off for a microphone not to work than the car. We're going to try this joker one last time. But he is by far the hardest man to get a hold of. Josh Henderson, take 4. Do you got a copy?
Sorry, man. Yeah, I got a copy. What's up,
Jesus.
buddy?
Well,
Couldn't get the car to start.
obviously. Well, buddy, you've had a you've had a week to set in on everything. Of course, the Inspire 250 winner, but now the season starts back over. Right now, you're 24 points to the cut line, obviously as the points leader coming into tonight. What's the plan? What's the mentality? And really, do you feel like this car's capable of going 2 in a row?
Yeah, I think I do. I ran good here last season. I got up to 4th, and then learned real quick that Rockingham's no joke, and you cannot overcorrect it in the wall. For some reason, this car touches this wall at this track, and you got a meatball flag. Doesn't matter how hard you hit it. So I think tonight's going to be a night of attrition. There's going to be a lot of guys that burn their tires up. Slow and steady. I honestly think it's going to win the race here. That, or you're going to have to push insanely hard. But it's going to be tough to beat Shane, Colton. Those guys are always fast, right? So just happy I got the car turned on. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty stressful to even try to get everything connected and up and running, and finally got at least a good lap in there and got up to P6 in the standing. So should be a good night for us.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll let you get strapped in, get ready for qualifying. Josh Henderson looking to go 2 in a row to start the season.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, now qualifying underway. Jeffrey Pepper will set up the quickest time. David McCullough in second. Shane Harr as well. Harr top of the board. Look at him wheeling that car right on board with him. Right now, of course, Shane will come by to complete his second lap at the line. Is it an improvement? It is. Or no, it's not, as a matter of fact. 4/10 slower. Just talked to him. Josh Henderson on track. Well, as a matter of fact, I believe Henderson's lap's done. It is. He put that qualifying down pretty quick, and it will go second quickest. Stevie Henning Jr. right now will complete his lap. Hunter Azell on his second lap right now. Azell 11th quickest. Azell on his. Paul Chavez as well. Matter of fact, Hernandez will go 8th. Several other drivers on their second. Second lap, Sun driver's just starting. Right now, at the line, Chris Lau to 5th. Hernandez will jump up to 2nd, and Chavez will slide in 15th. Robert Wilhoit will bring it to a rest at the end of the back straightaway. Jason Williams. And now Williams will be on the start of his. Top 10 as they run: Mike Hauser, Shane Harr, Thomas Hernandez, Josh Henderson, Jeffrey Peppers, David McCullough, Chris Laoda, Travis Farmer, Tyler Stone, and Hunter Azell. And Jason's lap good enough to knock Azell at the top 10. All right, now, some drivers yet to continue their lap. Elijah Fisher. Right now, Juan Cos Jr., James Hadaway, Cade Kennan, Elijah Fisher, Robert Will Hoyt, Darcy Harr, and Colton Ward yet to post a lap. Well, Colton Ward just making circles. Of course, black flag. Of course, Ward's good for starting in the back of these races and going to the front. So whatever lap you see Ward run will not be counted. So with 30 seconds to go, Mike Hauser on the front row, along with Shane Harr, the defending race winner. Talk about defending race winner. Let's not forget, Colton Ward really gave Shane Harr a run for his money. The last time we were here in Rockingham, 15 lap shootout between the both of them. Shane Harr able to walk away with the win. And 8 seconds remaining. Oh, well, we got got a few minutes here. See if we can actually talk to Jason Williams. Jason Williams, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
Well, rolling off 10th tonight. Arguably a good lap, enough to put you in top 10. Had a solid run at Daytona last week. How do you take all that momentum coming out of last week and put it towards finishing good tonight? Because we know now points will not be determined, or playoffs are not determined now off of wins and consistency at straight points alone. How does that correlate to how you run the race tonight, and how do you plan on going about tonight?
Well, tonight we just got to take care of our stuff. Watch the tires. Watch that wall. With no fast repairs. Yeah, we just got to take care of our stuff and be there at the end.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll let you get back down to your team. Best of luck to you tonight. Who knows? Maybe we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, of course, the one step is survival, and that's pretty much the only step coming into tonight's survival. So right now, we'll go through the starting lineup. 156 laps tonight. Mike Hauser on pole, Shane Hart second, Thomas Hernandez, Josh Henderson, Jeffrey Peppers rounds out the top 5. David McCullough, Chris Lota, Travis Farmer, Tyler Stone, Jason Williams, Hunter Rozelle, and Stephen Henning Jr. rounds out the Fast 12. Of course, just being in the Fast 12 does not guarantee that you're going to get a good finish tonight. Look for a lot of drivers at the back to work their way to the front. Bobby Hadaway, A.J. Thompson, Christopher Roska, Joseph Maddox, Brent Hammerhand, Robert McKay, Apostle Chavez, or Paul as he goes by. Number 19 drivers that posted a qualifying lap. For drivers starting in the back tonight, Colton Ward, Aaron Stanton's race control, so he does not count. But Colton Ward starting 20th, Elijah Fisher 21st, Juan Cos Jr., Cade Cannon 22nd, 23rd. And on down through the field, Robert Wilhoit, James Hadaway, and Darcy Harr rounds out 26 cars for tonight. See if we can get somebody else real quick. Well, the driver who I freaking gave an awesome nickname to a while back joined me in the booth. K Steel Cannon, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Well, not a great week last week at Daytona, but this week the new start right now. Meyer deep in the field in the Napa number 9. What's the plan tonight? Just try to survive early, or really what can you do but survive tonight?
Well, last year I learned my lesson. I felt like I was one of the best cars the entire race at the very beginning until towards probably halfway through that first run. I realized how fast I started dropping, and everyone was past me because I used my tires up. So definitely try to take care of the tires better this time. Definitely missing all the carnage and everything like that. And hopefully either A, be there at the end, or at least bring home a top 5 or a good finish, because this is not a good track for me personally.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir. What'll do it? He's got a long way to go. 156 laps to get up to the lead. All right, the defending winner, Shane Harr, will be rolling off second. Mike Hauser looking to go back to victory lane. Josh Henderson trying to keep the momentum rolling with the Inspire 250 win. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rock. Welcome to North Carolina, my home state after all. And welcome to Rockingham. We're rolling. Mike Hauser to lead lap 1. Right now, Hauser will open up to a 5/10 of a second lead. Down the back straightaway, Har in second. Henderson will roll off third. Thomas Hernandez already dropped a couple spots where he started back to 7th. Well, of course, tonight, going to be about survival. Tire wear is going to be a main thing, keeping it out of the wall to start off with. So work their way down the back straightaway. Oh, one car hard off the wall already. David McCullough keeps it straight. Keep it straight, we'll stay green. A great save by McCullough, but a great starting effort tonight already has come undone. He's going to get it back rolling. We're going to stay green. Meanwhile, back at the front, Mike Hauser still maintains the lead. You're right on board with Hauser. Of course, Mike Hauser only completed 8 laps last week in Daytona before being taken out of contention to win. Shane Har rallied to a 3rd place run after a very up and down night, but Josh Henderson right now selling in 3rd, the points leader coming into tonight, might I add. Right now, caution is out. Joseph Maddox, Darcy Har down the back straightaway. Robert McKay, meatball flag. Brent Hammerhand as well. On pit road already. But Maddox and Hard, both cars coming to rest down the back straightaway, and we're under our first caution on lap 5. There's Robert McKay with meatball damage as well, so we'll figure out what has happened. And really, this will go ahead and play into the fuel game early and into the strategy game early. Well, looks like it's going to start there with McKay. McKay's going to come off the wall, again. Come down, clip, Maddox, Cade Cannon, Elijah Fisher taking evasive action. How about Robert Wilhoit going through in the middle? Let's ride on board with Robert McKay through this. Right there, the guy's teammate, Roscoe, to his inside. Just never can keep it off the wall. Very trickle, hits the concrete, ricochets right back into Maddox. Jackson Hadaway sneaking through, and not ideal start for neither one. From Joseph Maddox is on board. Hard off the wall, another driver hard off the wall in front of him. But McKay just going to come right back down. Maddox, no idea. Of course, Joseph Maddox's night ended early last week in Daytona, and they will end early tonight. See how Darcy Hart gets involved in this. In the John Deere Toyota for Inspired Motorsports. Just on the breakdown, shifts is a little too quick. Really does not get no damage out of this. And he is actually on pit road. With the field getting to 1 to green here. Right now, already not going to be a good night. Brent Hammerhand in the pits along with Robert McKay just now leaving. Joseph Maddox both in the pits, and not how neither one of them drivers wants to start off tonight. So Mike Hauser, Shane R will lead them down once again. Hauser, a great launch on fresh tires, but now we got about 6 laps on her. We're going to see how tires play tonight. And we're rolling again. Great start by Hauser. Another great launch. Going to lead them back into turn number 1, side by side for third on back. Caution. Again. Tyler Stone involved making his return tonight. Thomas Hernandez on the apron. Hernandez meatball flag already. Rosca meatball flag and Hunter Azell. Well, this is already playing big playoff implications or points implications. Why? We'll reiterate the points going into tonight. Azell second in points. Hernandez fourth in points. And already some drivers, some already locked into the playoffs, already having trouble seeing Hunter Azell's car not turning. What in the world has happened? Well, we already knew it weren't going to be like last year's race last year. See what happened. Hernandez spins the tires, never does get under control from there. Bobby Hadaway gets damaged in this as well. Right on board with Hernandez and really see what happens here. Let's listen to the car. Just wheel spins it. And from there it's on. I mean, Tyler Stone's going to get involved in this. Oh, massive shot. You see where the majority of the damage comes from. Elijah Fisher as well from that shot is up against the wall. Well, after a great run last week at Daytona, the night will come undone for Thomas Hernandez and others. See if we cannot get a word with him. Thomas Hernandez, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, I do.
Well, of course, coming off of a great run last week in the Inspire 250, not the ideal start for tonight. Can you take us through what happened on that restart? Was it a simple wheel spin?
Yeah, no. So on the first restart, I kind of blinked out for a second. Everybody disappeared, and then next thing you know, I kind of got a little too heavy on it, spun out, had some wheel damage, and then on that restart, I tried taking it super light, and then I think that wheel damage kind of got to me on that restart. Even though how light I was pushing it, it still just kind of jerked on me, to say the least. So we're going to get these required repairs done and get back out there.
Well, of course. Well, buddy, best of luck to you for the remainder of the night. Of course, Hernandez comes in fourth in the points after last week. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hopefully get back out there and make some points up.
Yes, sir.
Another driver needing the points back now more than ever as the field into 1 to green. Hunter Azell. Right now, meatball damage as well, involving that number 20 machine for Velocity Motorsports. To re-rack the top 10, Mike Hauser, Shane Hart, Jeffrey Peppers, Josh Harrison, Lyota, Fisher, Henny, William, Will Hoyt, and Colton Ward. And we're back rolling. Well, Shane Hart got a little bit of a better jump this time. However, Hauser able to clear as they worked their way down the back straightaway. Well, Josh Harrison tried to shut the door on Jeffrey Peppers. Was not able to do that. Peppers up to third. Harrison slides back to fourth. Well, Mike Hauser's led every lap so far tonight, 11 so far. Joseph Maddox back out onto the racetrack. 4 laps down, Darcy Harr and Tyler Stone for Inspire Motorsports, both 1 lap down right now. That would be 20th and 21st. Well, here comes Harr. And, of course, the defending winner from Rockingham tonight started second as Mike Hauser into the wall. No harm, no foul. He's fine. 142 to go. Biggest mover of the race so far. The admin box, biggest mover of the race, might I add. Well, you can, the toss-up, really. Robert Wilhoit up 16 spots where he started, but Colton Ward up 15. Ward finished second last year in this race too, Shane Hart. They're right now trying to go ahead and run down the leaders. course, to Sporky. Making his official debut tonight. Right now, Ward in a little bit of a pickle. Trying to hurry up and get as many points as he can. Of course, he has PGR tonight, so if Colt Ward inexplicably leaves, he's got a PGR race to run at Bristol. I'll be live on PGR Esports on YouTube. All right, now Shane Hard working outside lane. Hauser taking a defensive line on the bottom run. Shane Hard with a run on the outside. Jeffrey Peppers third. Josh Henderson and Colt Ward will make up the top 5. Got tongue twister. Right now you're right back on board with Mike Hauser looking back at Shane Hard. Brent Hammerhand, the official first retiree of the night. Hard's going to look back to the inside of Hauser again. For the lead, Shane Hard looks in the inside entering turn 1. Right now, side by side for the lead, Jeffrey Peppers getting a good look at this battle here. Right on board with the 24. And Shane Hard at the line will officially lead this lap. Well, Pepper right now licking his chop, pushing just a little bit harder, trying to get up there, trying to make something happen. Knows full well that these two side by side will open up the door for him to get up there. Also open up the door for a lot of people. $136 to go, still side by side for a lead. Mike Hauser going to try to get the run off the corner again. He will. They worked their way down the back straightaway. On down through the field. Right now you see the top 3. Mike Hauser, Shane Hard, Jeffrey Peppers. On back down, Josh Henderson, 1.3 seconds. Right now, dealing with Colton Ward. Right now, Velocity Motorsports as they stand 4th, 9th, 25th, and 26th. Right now, Ward being patient with Josh Henderson, of course. The Inspire 250 winner. Had a great qualifying effort. He Colton all over the back of him. A little bit of lag off of Henderson's car, so well, massive lag as a matter of fact. There he is. Now he's back. He's something to keep an eye on as the race goes on. Right now, Travis Farmer being brought into the mix is also the battle for 4th. Right behind them, Stephen Henning, and what can be said after last week? Nothing but pure heartbreak for the driver of the 78. Led the most laps last week. Ultimately, computer issue would prevent Stephen Henning from getting the job done. Right now, Henning having a quiet night, running in 7th, comes in 9th, 10th in points. Right behind him, Chris Lyota. Oh, Lyota loose. Hang on to her, buddy. Woo! Saw tire smoke coming out the back of that car. Lyota still loose. You can tell the car is very unhappy right now. Well, probably made that right rear hot. And, of course, when you make the right rear hot, really any tire for that matter, it will become slick. You see Lyota off the wall. Robert Wilhoit will look to his inside for the 8th spot, along with Cannon, Williams, and A.J. Thompson. This will be a 5-car battle right for the 8th spot. Bring them on in, and right now, man, A.J. Thompson right now running at 12th. A great run for the 48. He worked down the back straight away. Right there you got Lyota, Will Hoyt, Kate Cannon, Jason Williams, A.J. Thompson. On back to the field. We're going to get this because this is awesome. Actually, I'll do something I normally don't do. Go to chase cam. Right there on the hood of James Hadaway, Mike Hauser's beautiful smirk. Might I add right now, Ford James Hadaway up 13 spots from where he started tonight, having a very quiet night, but still right now 13th, way off the pace. Another driver right now probably taking it easy. You'll look at what's almost a battle for the 14th spot. Elijah Fisher, David McCullough in the frame, along with Bobby Hadaway as well. Well, Fisher having a quiet night, as said, started deep in the field. Right now, David McCullough had a fourth place starting spot, but right now, well, not a fourth place starting spot, but a top 10 starting spot nonetheless. Right now, McCullough riding, trying to recover from earlier. On back through the field, Bobby Hadaway, Juan Cobbs Jr., Paul Chavez, right now going one lap down. Tyler Stone, one lap down. Joseph Maddox back out onto the racetrack. Darcy Hart back in the pits. Hernandez is back out onto the racetrack along with Brent Hammerhand. That is through the field, brought to you by Spiridon Marketing. Meanwhile, Hunter Rozelle, or not Hunter Rozelle, sorry, looking at the top of the screen. Mike Hauser, your leader. Jeffrey Pepper, as a matter of fact, up to second. Shane Hart third. Harrison fourth. Colton Ward, the top 5 still. Caution's out. Juan Cobbs Jr. Well, Christopher Oroska coming back out. There's Juan Cobbs Jr. Massive damage to that 03 machine. And we are under caution yet again. Well, not a debut that Juan Cobbs Jr. wanted. And it comes out with 124 laps to go. Our third caution of the night. Juan's going to pull it to the pit road. The night done, 40.03. Might not be done, but it's going to take probably a whole right front rebuild on this car to really make anything happen. Let's see why Juan Cobbs Jr. is so hurt. I think I went too far forward. Well, this will bring the field down into the pits. Oh, Joseph Maddox got loose off of 4. Of course, Maddox already had damage earlier, and for that, it'll be the end for Juan Cobbs Jr. as Elijah Fisher stays out, as does David McCullough. Right now, to race off a pit road, we'll try to get an eye on it. Some drivers already taking tires. Mike Hauser will win the race off of pit road. Shane Hart second. Peppers third. Harrison Ford, Colton Ward will round out 5th. Ballsy move by Elijah Fisher to stay out. 23 lap old tires. Other drivers still in the pits, but right now Fisher will jump up 21 spots from where he started tonight. Then McCullough back up to where he was at to start this race prior. Well, the field will get the one to green here. It's going to be interesting to see Mike Hauser in a position where he is not an elite car. Going to see how that car can handle in traffic. Elijah Fisher, David McCollum will bring them down. Shane Hart, Mike Hauser, Josh Anderson, Jeffrey Peppers, Travis Farmer, Colton Ward, Stephen Henning Jr., and Chris Lyotta, the top 10. So the pace car will bring them down. We're rolling. Three wide for the lead. Hold on, boys. They work it through. Shane Hart to the point. Here comes Josh Henderson. The second. Fisher will slide back to third. Down the back straight away, you see Elijah Fisher now. Old tires really starting to play a factor in this. And right now, Henderson and Hart will come off a turn 4 to complete lap 37. Darcy Har has spun it. No caution. We keep it straight. Cade Cannon, meatball flag. What in the world? Unknown, but right now Cannon broke underneath that car. Brent Hammerhand also meatball damaged as well. Cannon unsure really what to do. Going to, oh, rubber Will Hoyt hard into the wall. Caution is out. And for the second week in a row, Robert Will Hoyt with complications early in the race. Man. Chris Lyotta involved in that as well. We saw him in that 69 get a piece of it. Jesus almighty. Well, let's look at it. Well, they're going to come off turn 2. Robert just comes up. Well, we'll take another look. You see Hunter or Stephen Henning Jr. to the inside wall. Questionable damage on that 78. Let's look at it one more time here. Slow motion, of course. Lyotta holding his line. Robert's just going to come up. I don't know if he thought that he was going to be clear. It would have been clear if he had another inch or two, but bam. Almost going over. Well, Elijah Fisher will bring it in along with several other drivers on pit road. Stephen Henning Jr., one of them. While we wait to see who'll win the race off of pit road for the moment. And it will be David McCullough. Well, he was one to him and Fisher stayed out under this last caution. As Hennings continues to sit in pit road, not sure questionable damage. Let's talk to a couple drivers while we got the chance. First off, we'll get Stephen Henning. Stephen Henning Jr., Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we saw in the replay a little bit of kind of made significant contact with the inside wall, avoiding that wreck. How bad is the damage, and will it hinder the performance of the 78 tonight?
It's probably destroyed, but I mean, what else is new? So, just guys that need to learn to just chill out, and we don't need to be racing so damn hard.
Okay.
But it's basically repaired, so we'll see what we can do here. We got like 11 seconds left of damage. Crew did good. Just get ourselves back in here and do it again.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get ready here. Of course, a very not animated for say, but a very frustrated Stephen Henning Jr. Robert Will Hoyt is back out onto the racetrack as well. We'll interview him later on as the field will work their way off of turn 4. 114 to go when they take the green flag, and it is Shane Hart and Josh Henderson. Got AJ Thompson up there in the 6th spot. We're rolling. Oh, Pepper's going to spin the tires. Pepper's able to keep it straight. We'll lose about 2 or 3 spots. Darcy R comes back out onto the racetrack. Are able to power off. Shane Hart, the fastest lap belongs to the driver to 21 with a 24.119. Of course, the driver leads the most laps. Driver that leads the most laps gets 3 extra bonus points. Of course, that's very crucial if your Mike Hauser right now came into the night well below the cut line. For top 10 in points, matter of fact, 20 and 15 out. So while it's early in the season, points and finishes and bonus points will be a factor all season long from here on out until we get to the regular season finale in Talladega. So right now, Mike Hauser holds the 3 bonus points at 31 laps led. Shane Hart 10, make it 11, and then on down, Fisher's led 2 laps, and Juan Cobbs Thomas Hernandez led 1. So a bonus point going to each of them drivers. Well, we saw last week how crucial it is. Leading 3 bonus. Stephen Henning, as a matter of fact, right now 10th in the points by 3 points over Bobby Hadaway, I firmly believe, because he led the most laps in Daytona, and them 3 bonus points is what kept him within the top 10. So they're already playing a factor as Shane Hart leads. Mike Hauser will fall into second, getting around Henderson as did Colton Ward, and, well, no surprise. No surprises, right? And, of course, Colton Ward, man, what burst onto the scene is really a week late in last season for being eligible for the playoff. A massive run off the corner to the inside of Mike Hauser. Of course, like we said, last week, or just a few minutes ago, I should say, a week short from being eligible for the playoffs, but Buddy just do not jump onto the scene. And a matter of fact, deja vu, we referred to the last time we were in Rockingham. These two, 1 and 2, for several laps, 15 laps as a matter of fact. Shane Hart will be the benefactor, and ladies and gentlemen, you get round 6. Of course, right now, 50 laps down, going to be 106 to go whenever they get to the start-finish line again. Colton Ward looking to the inside of Shane Hart, Hauser, Henderson, and Peppers the top 5. Laps down. But right now, as they run, see Ward working the bottom almost like he did last year, trying to save tires. Really, this is going to be a tire gain tonight. Ward's fall right back into second. Going to look under Shane Hart again. Right now, see Mike Hauser licking his chops, just lying in wait. Right now, Josh Henderson has Jeffrey Peppers to deal with. That's why Harrison not there. Peppers going to look to the inside. This is the battle for 4th. Battle back in on the lead. Right on board with the defending winner of this race and the defending champion, the reigning champion, Shane Hart. Of course, he knows what to expect. These two, numerous battles all last season. But Mike Hauser has already said Hart off the wall just a little bit. Hauser has said that he feels like this will be a season where he'll be able to get multiple wins as, oh, Robert McKay, Colton Ward came together. And Colton Ward, massive, massive damage to the 42 machine. Well, this will be a caution. Front end massively broke. Caution is out. And the night is done for Colton Ward. Of course, missed Daytona last week. And now tonight will not be the results that Colton Ward wanted. Let's see what happened here. You see McKay gonna try to get out of the way, not able to get down. Actually looks like 31's broke. Regardless of the fact, Colton Ward hard into the wall. I have a lies, he's pissed. Well, let's see what we can get a word from him. Colton Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Nope.
Well, buddy, heartbreaker for sure tonight. Your guess is as good as mine. What do you feel like happened?
I mean, I think he came, he started on the apron and then he moved up in the middle of the turn and then killed my steering. Like, I couldn't turn at all.
Well, buddy, first and foremost, is the car repairable, or do you feel like the night's going to be done for the 42?
Oh, I'm done. I was gonna leave in like 10 minutes.
Well, buddy, real fast for you head out there. Anybody want to thank Night Friends, family sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Just good luck from my teammate for tonight, Cade. That's about it. Hope he wins.
All right, buddy. Colton Ward out of this race. He will now suit up to head to actually about maybe 6 hours up the road to Bristol, Tennessee for PGR tonight. Appreciate your time, Colton.
Thank you.
Shane Hart wins the race off of pit road. Some drivers flipping the script. Mike Hauser, Travis Farmer, Chris Laota, David McCullough, Cade Cannon, and Tyler Stone all stay out under this caution. We're going to take a quick step away momentarily. We're back live, and of course, Colton Ward out of the race. To rewrite the top 10, Mike Hauser, Travis Farmer, Chris Laota, David McCullough, Cade Cannon, Tyler Stone all stayed out under this caution. That's the top 6. Shane Hart, Josh Henderson, Jeffrey Pepper, Stephen Hennings. The top 10. We're going to see how old tires work, of course. Mike Hauser still in the position to get the 3 bonus points for leading the most laps. We're rolling. Well, Hauser will lead down the back straightaway. Older tires starting to play pivotal. You see right back in the back. Right now, Shane Hart stuck behind his teammate Tyler Stone, who did not pit on this caution. Here comes Josh Henderson up. The first one's on new tires, and Henderson trying to lead some laps if he can get up there. Well, big thing right now, you're seeing how big tires play a benefactor is. As Tyler Stone off the wall in that 25, they work their way down the back straightaway. Henderson loose off of 2 just a little bit. They keep it straight. Right now, Mike Hauser just about a second lead. Worked their way down the back straightaway. Travis Farmer having a great run tonight after a disappointing run in Daytona 4-13. Right now running second. Right now, there is 4 drivers in the garage tonight and done for the race officially. Robert McKay, Colt Ward, Christopher Roscoe, and Juan Cobbs Jr. Drivers a lap down. Joseph Maddox 8 down. Darcy Harr 14. Thomas Hernandez 19. Brent Hammerhand 25. And Hunter Azell 37 laps down. The big thing is for them drivers, points still available, and if there's any more retirees from the race, even more points will be available. Jeffrey Peppers, meatball flag, as I just say that. Well, a great run for the 24 Exalta machine of Jeffrey Peppers for Slick Motorsports. The night has came undone. Caution's out. AJ Thompson. Thompson on the apron. David McCullough. Massive damage to the 2. Points like I just mentioned. For Thompson and McCullough. Both involved in this incident. More damage to McCullough versus Thompson. Well, let's see why we're under caution. All right, now McCullough just trying to get along. Lyota faster through the corner. From there, bam! Well, they up above, so we'll relook at this one here. Lyota's just going to get through the corner better. Probably misjudged the speed to 2, and bam. I mean, really nothing the 2 can really do from my perspective of things, and that's just me talking from a commentator standpoint. Now, what happens to AJ Thompson up here? Well, we run the footage. He gets tagged by Fisher, and around Thompson goes. Well, no harm, no foul for Thompson's 4 fresh tires will be on his way. Same cannot be said for David McCullough. Well, we're under caution. See if we cannot get the reigning champion in here one more time. Shane Hart, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I do. What's up?
Well, about halfway through this race now, 91 to go at the line. Have you learned anything about this car? And really, is it more of a tire versus fuel situation tonight?
It is. Tires are huge right now, I've noticed. You know, we've used 3 sets already here, so not even 66 laps in. So it's going to take some patience, I think. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Well, buddy, we'll drop you back down, let you get ready for the restart here. Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you one more time at the end of this thing.
Thank you, sir.
Track was a little bit longer. I could squeeze in 2 interviews. Of course, David McCullough not available for an interview tonight. So cannot get his take on it. Chris Loda still on the racetrack. Lauda was given the EOL, or at least a black flag, so we'll have to figure out which one is which. Right now, Peppers and Lauda both 1 lap down. David McCullough, as a matter of fact, a black flag to the 2 for some reason. We're rolling 90 laps to go. How about Stephen Henning Jr. from frustrated to now up 10 spots in second with Henderson right behind. Side by side for 4th. That's how Fourth Elijah Fisher's worked himself up into the mix here. Robert Wilhoit as well, having a very quiet night. Mike Hauser, the pole sitter, right now hanging outside the top 10. Let's ride on board with Tyler Stone. Right now, Stone's starting to fall back just a little bit, unsure if he was one of the drivers that stayed out on 27 lap old tires at the moment. So right now, Stone really think he's trying to save a set, if I'm not mistaken. But right now, Shane Hart's checked out over Josh Henderson. Jason Williams having a great run tonight. Elijah Fisher working himself up into the mix. Right now, of course, talk about Fisher had arguably one of the fast cars last week for the 250. Fortunately, being caught up in an incident late in the going would cost the 16 a win in 250, and right now are selling in fourth, up 18 spots. Every point matters right now because it's early in the season. Go ahead and work out the kinks for Daytona. A massive run through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Look at that Texas Camaro of Jason Williams right in front of him. Henderson a little bit of a blink. Williams going to look to the outside of Henderson. Meanwhile, Shane Hart checked out 1.3 second lead. Going back to the field, Tyler Stone continuing to fall back. Robert Wilhoit having a great night. The second highest running for Full Throttle Union. And of course, it's been a rough night for that organization. Brett Hammerhand involved early in the wreck, and then Hernandez as well. Both them multiple laps down. Right now, Will Hoyt having a solid run after a disappointing run into 250 last week. Oh! Stephen hitting hard into the wall! See if we cannot get an eye on him. He's somewhere through here. Stephen Henning Jr., massive damage to that car. Meatball flag, and the night is done for the driver who came in 10th in the points, 10 into the playoffs. And of course, why does this matter? Only came in 3 points tonight, but Henning has 0 bonus points tonight. Man. We'll have to look back and see what happened to Stephen Henning Jr. later on. Next caution, but Henning now will fall deep. If he can hurry up and get that car fixed, it'll minimize the damage right now. If he does not get it out in 37 laps, he will finish, let's see, right now 19th or 20th. Well, right now, Shane Hart leads, Elijah Fisher second, Josh Henderson third, Jason Williams, Mike Hauser top 5. Let's go back and look real fast what happened to Stephen Henning. Contact with Farmer, and bam! Hard into the safer barrier. Well, 81 laps to go, and right now Shane Hart still your leaders, led 33 laps. Mike Hauser 39 to 3 bonus points. Still up for grabs for those of you wondering how these bonus points work exactly. If you're new to this series or just new to the season in general. As caution is out. Well, hold that thought for a second. Bobby Hadaway, massive damage. Joseph Maddox back to the pits. And what has happened? Oh! It's like a modified that just took a beating. But Bobby Hadaway had a great run going tonight up inside the top 15. What has happened? Easy. Don't fast forward. Comes off the wall, gets into it, loses it. Bam! Hard into the wall there. Try to get it woed up. Try to get it back going. No steering for starters on that car. And then Joseph Maddox just power drives him. Let's look back on Maddox's thing. See how long we got here. Hadaway coming off of a top 15 finish in the Inspired 250 last week. Let's run on board with Joseph Maddox. See the smoke up in front. Full throttle, full throttle. He tries to check up, gets loose, and bam! Well, a night done for Joseph Maddox, probably, and more than likely done for Bobby Hadaway. See, can I get a word with him? Bobby Hadaway, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, had a great run going up until then. Just walk me through. What did you feel like happened coming off of 2? Did the wall just kind of spit you back out to the track, or what was your take on it?
I got back in the throttle and it went toward the wall, and I was just hanging on at that point.
Well, of course, massive damage to the front end of that car. Is some of it at least repairable to get back out, maybe get a couple of points? Because right now, as we stand, you walk into the night just 3 points outside the top 10, and Stephen Henning with his trouble tonight, along with several other drivers in the top 10. Is it possible for the 88 to get back out and get a couple points?
It is. I got some required repairs to take care of. It's optional. I'm going to get back out there and make some laps, try to stay out of everybody's way, and maybe gain a couple more positions.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you from here on out. Right now, Bobby Hadaway fighting to stay inside the top 15 in points, and more importantly, get inside the top 10. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you broadcasting.
Yep. Going to re-rack the top 10. Shane Hard, Josh Harrison, Mike Hauser, Jason Williams, Robert Wilhoit, Travis Farmer, Cade Cannon, and A.J. Thompson all stay out under this caution, 9th on down. Well, 9th through 13th, as a matter of fact, pitted Elijah Fisher, Tyler Stone, James Hadaway, Jeffrey Peppers, Chris Loder, and Apostle Chavez. As the field brings them down, we're rolling. Right now, as it stands, Bobby Hadaway will be over Stephen Henning in the points, but that is besides the point now. As Shane Hart leads them down. Mike Hauser wants them bonus points back. Right now, they are tied at 39-39. 75 to go. 75 to go, and of course, Rockingham has put on a great show tonight. I personally love this track. Throws in some great racing along the way. Sure, a few more cars than what we had last year, but nonetheless, it's been pretty decent, straightforward for the most part. Right now, side by side for the lead, Shane Hart will lead that lap. Hauser back to the bottom. Hauser going to slide up to the middle lane, back down to the bottom. Mike Hauser wants to lead back. Well, Mike Hauser on, I would think, about 15 to 17 lap newer tires. An 18-lap stint for Hauser, a 26-lap stint for Shane Hart. So right now, old tires playing an advantage, but you got new tires coming up through the field. Elijah Fisher up to 6th. Well, Shane Hart fighting for dear life, trying to hold on to this lead, 41 to 39 on the laps led tally. Down the back straightaway. Got one around. James Hadaway gets it rolling, no caution for the moment. We'll keep it green. Hadaway will be right in front of the leaders. Mike Hauser will concede the second for the time being. Robert Wilhoit, meatball flag, and a great night for Wilhoit. Man, don't see much damage in the wear that he has it at. Well, we talked about if you barely touch the wall with these cars, it'll produce meatball damage. Most of it's concrete. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. Mike Hauser, Shane Hart, Elijah Fisher getting around Henderson, lurking in the back. Right now you see Fisher under a second and coming. Well, Shane will concede the spot for the moment. Well, how they're going to look right back to the inside. Of course, Tara will have Falcon Motorsports, two of their drivers. Right now, all over him. Well, Shane ain't going to get us the way you look at the pit strategy link so far. And, of course, you can look at this graph, and it's confusing as all get out. Strategy all over the place right now. Oh, Fisher hard into the wall. Able to keep it going for the most part. I know for a fact that toe's got to be knocked out. Take it away. As a matter of fact, looks like it ain't too bad. Up 20 spots. Fisher now. The rivalry reignited yet again. These two going back years. Shane Hart and Elijah Fisher back to battling, and Fisher will easily take over the lead. Back to the bonus points in hand that I mentioned earlier. The lead the most laps, it is 3 bonus points. Everything else is just 1 bonus point. Lead a lap, the pole, the fastest lap, and 0 incidents. Or an X, as what some would say. Right now, Mike Hauser, he's got the pole and he's got the laps led. Right now, Shane Har's led 46. Them 3 bonus points in Har's possession. Right now, 66 to go. Right now, this is 12 laps to 34 lap tires. Shane Hart loose off of the number 2 tires, maybe starting to go away, but I believe what Hart's done is saved a set for the most part. Strategy varying all over the place. Brent Hammerham, meatball flag. Hammerham was already running 21st, 25 laps down. This will help Hunter Rozelle in gaining some spots. Stephen Henning Jr. back in onto the racetrack, 16 down, trying to get around Bobby Hadaway. Right now, Elijah Fisher's scooting away with his lead, right on board back with Fisher now. See how big tires really play a factor in this. There you see it. That time Hart was a little bit faster, a tenth faster through that last lap. We'll really see what this lap will be here. Yeah, so right now, lap traffic in the way of Elijah Fisher, Apostle Chavez. Right now, 3 laps down. Darcy Harden more down than that. Har, as a matter of fact, running in the 15 laps down in 17th spot. Out of the race right now, Robert McKay, Colt Ward, Christopher Rosca, and Juan Cobbs Jr. That'll be 23rd through 26th. Right now, 59 to go. The battle for second still raging. Well, it was raging on. Mike Hauser still working to get around Shane Hart. Josh Henderson running in 4th. Has pretty much had a top 4 car all day for the most part. David McCollum, meatball flag. He is in the pits. A promising day has just gone from bad to worse. Jason Williams right now running in fifth. A great run for the driver that came into the night. 8th in points plus 4 to the good. We talk about points so much. It's so crucial for points to play out as good as they do. Matter of fact, the points coming into the night: Josh Henderson, your points leader; Hunter Rozelle, Shane Hart, Hernandez, McKay, Glover, Peppers, Williams, Alexander, and Stephen Henning was the top 10. Definitely changed tonight. Of course, Jesse Knight here tonight. Do not believe Alexander's here tonight, so that's going to be implications there. But Hernandez had trouble, Rozelle trouble, Henning's trouble tonight. McKay had the race. So yeah, massive point change coming into tonight. Right now, Tyler Stone, the Clash winner. Of course, some personal issues going outside of racing have prevented the 25 from running in the Inspire 250. Our thoughts and prayers are with him in his situation right now. But right now, coming into the night, putting all that aside, and we're not sure if he was even going to make it into the race, but able to get in it right now, having a great run tonight. Going back through the field, another driver having an awesome run. Travis Farmer right now. Running in 7th, AJ Thompson in 8th. Well, Thompson right now stuck between lap cars. On back behind them, Cade Cannon having a very quiet night, but Cannon, as a matter of fact, up 15 spots from where he started this race. Jeffrey Peppers right behind him will round out the top 10. That's James. Whatever. There's Jeffrey Peppers. Despite having a solo car slide, Peppers has James Hadaway's right now rebounding pretty good. Stayed on the lead lap. Chris Lyotta right now will round out the drivers on the lead lap. I believe. Yep, he does. Jeffrey Peppers now, as a matter of fact. So right now, 10 cars on the lead lap as James Hadaway goes a lap down. Right now, the longest stint of the race that we've had so far, 27 laps, I believe. Well, at some point, you got to wonder how long will Shane Hart go on this set of tires. The fact that he has kept Mike Hauser at arm's length on 8 lap different tires, massive save off of 4. Pretty impressive, as a matter of fact. Right now, 49 laps to go, and Elijah Fisher's led 21 laps and counting so far. Fisher's trying to get them 3 bonus points as well. Jeffrey Peppers, don't know if he's lagged or what's happened. He says he's still in the session, so a massive lag on the 24's part. Either that or a packet loss, one of the two. I'll leave 9 cars on the lead lap. Justin Maddox just getting lapped by Elijah Fisher. Maddox now 20 down. Josh Harrison still in 4th, Stone 5th. AJ Thompson, meatball flag. And the great run for AJ Thompson is more than likely just coming to an end. Let's see what happens. We're going into the corner, bouncing. Look, notice how the corner's a real bump in. I'm not sure what he did to get a meatball flag out of all this. Neither do I. We'll get an update with him. But right now, you look at Elijah Fisher trying to put Kate Kenyon one lap down. He'll do it. AJ Thompson, Garrett James up here in broadcast booth. Do you got a copy? And one more time. AJ Thompson, Garrett James up here in broadcast booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
You got me or what's going
Okay,
on?
there you are. My buddy take me through and looked at the replay. Didn't really see nothing to really cause a meatball. What? Did I not go back far enough, or what happened?
Just barely. I just barely hit the wall and meatballed me. So I racing makes no sense half the time.
Well, meanwhile, right now, James Hadaway meatball flag in the right front locked up. AJ, I wanted to ask you though, has it been a war of nutrition tonight, or what's been the story tonight? Because a great run going up until then.
Yeah, it was actually fun, and now meatball got caught for speeding in the pits.
Well, buddy, I'll drop you down, let you get out of here, try to make up some points tonight. Of course, another one, points implications. H&W Motorsports has had a hell of a night. Right now with James Hadaway and Bobby Hadaway. Right now, Bobby back out onto the racetrack, trying to gain some points still. Right now, him and David McCullough. Matter of fact, there's a battle. This would be the battle for 19. That's Fisher into the wall again. Hunter Azell blinking rapidly in front of the leaders. Right now, Fisher's going to lead 30 laps tonight so far. Amazing Shane Hart's gone 59 laps on a set of tires. Man, meanwhile, at the front, issues have been Elijah Fisher meatball. Meatball flag for Elijah Fisher. I had to come down and fix it. What in the hell? Excuse my language. I apologize. Shocking turn of events. Oh, Hadaway and other ones and Apostle trying to get out of the way. How does that get Fisher a meatball? Look back at it here. No caution. Oh, this is where it happens. Back here. Zell up into the wall. Fisher hard into the wall. So Apostle off the wall as well, and almost a wreck. Well, Elijah Fisher in this time, and what was a great night for the 16 has gone awry. Shane Hart into the pits. Well, Shane finally concedes after multiple 62 laps on this set of tires. Hart brings it down. Tyler Stone moves into second right now. Right now you're looking at several drivers who are already on pit road, more than likely getting service required. We'll take it away. We'll actually zone down that time. So right now, Mike Hauser leads, Tyler Stone second. Kay Cannon in the pits with Darcy R. Elijah Fisher's left the pits. 2 laps down. So if he can get a couple cautions, about 3, He'll be fine. Right now, he's fighting Jason Williams. Cade Cannon, meatball damage, as a matter of fact. For what? Unsure the issue, will look back at it. I just did not make the turn, and bam. It's very similar to Elijah Fisher, but right now, really similar to a lot of drivers tonight. Right now, it is Mike Hauser's race to lose. Has left 44 laps. Right now, 2 away from taking back the 3 bonus points with 34 to go. Right now, 2 drivers on the lead lap. You're looking at one, Hauser. The other one, Tyler Stone, in second. It's never too early to put in your picks for a winner tonight. So, with that being said, well, Mike Hauser will be in this time. Well, Mike Hauser will come in after a 61 lap run, so we know that 60's the limit. Right now, Tyler Stone stays out. He will lead a lap, collect 1 bonus point. 31 laps to go, and right now, if Stone could make it, I believe he is right in range. All right, now you look at that. Matter of fact, pull back up the top 5 graphic here. There you see it, Shane Hart rapidly closing. Right now, green flag pit stops going on as we stand. Well, right now, the only ones left to pit, Chris Liotta is 1 lap down on 4. Really, there's several drivers left to pit, but realistically, drivers competing for the win. Well, right now on the lead lap, Tyler Stone will be the last one of the lead lap cars to pit for the most part. 28 to go. Question is now, because inevitably either Stone's going to have to pit or Shane Hart will run him down. So right now we can safely say the battle between Shane Hart way back there exiting turn 2, Josh Henderson, that's about 3 seconds. Of course, Anderson trying to go 2 in a row. Whoops, not mean to do that. But 50% Shane Hart, 50% talent Mike Hauser. Well, I'll tell you, if somehow Tyler Stone steals this win, it'll be monumental. It'll also be beneficial because Tyler Stone, as a matter of fact, missed the Inspire 250. So with that being said, we go back and look at the points. Tyler Stone walks into tonight 24th in points, but 16 out. I think somebody's motor just expired. Hunter Rizal has spun. Caution is out. And this will change everything. This will save Tyler Stone. This ought to save Tyler Stone as Hunter Rozelle. Slow off for turn 2. 47 laps down tonight. Rozelle second in points entering tonight. It'll definitely change. And man, what has happened? Oh! Well, he had just been lapped by Tyler Stone and just gets loose entering. Mike Hauser finishing him off. No contact. Mike, questionable damage to the 43. But man, this is going to save. This is going to put Travis Farmer right now the free pass recipient. So a lot of drivers will take the wave around, but this is going to help Stone and Har and Henderson more than anything. Let's see if can I get away with Mike Hauser. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, I want to ask right now, we just looked at a replay. What's any questionable damage to the 43, or do you feel like you're still able to contend?
Well, I got damage now because the 13 isn't looking where he's going. He ran me over. I'm stopping, letting the pace car by, and he ran me over. Sorry to get so animated, but he's obviously not looking forward.
Well, buddy, of course, damage tonight, but it's been a strong run tonight. Right now, tied with the bonus points for leading the most laps. And ultimately, regardless of tonight, needed a great run tonight. Do you feel like you've somewhat accomplished the mission so far tonight, trying to get a good finish out of this, get back into the top 10?
Well, we're going to try our best at this point. It's just salvaging. We showed our speed, and obviously we have winning pace here. It's just making dumb mistakes. I didn't mean to get into the 20 there, and I apologize. That was just on me, just trying to hustle because I stayed out too late. So.
All right, man.
Yeah.
I'll drop you back down. And who knows, hopefully, maybe we'll still talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tempers are boiling over tonight. Well, and of course, you're sitting there and wondering, and of course, unfortunately, he got damage out of that deal, but if you know Mike Hauser like a lot of us do, very passionate about what he does, very passionate about winning and performing good. So ultimately, yeah, might be a little upset over the finish, or over what just happened, but ultimately, his desire, his passion to do good tonight, to do good every night, showed that he had the car that could possibly win this race. Possibly going awry now. Jason, another implication, Jason Williams. Penalty on pit road, probably too fast entering. Now his pace car is in Inspire Motorsports 1-2. Black flags popped up all over the place. Well, they'll be probably clear some of them. Well, Williams falls down to order. What was a great night for the 40 going awry. The sooner he can get off of pit road, the better. Matter of fact, rolling now. Won't lose too many points. But right now, Shane Horr scooting away with this 17-lap old tires. Compared to Henderson and Stone on 3 with 20 to go. Down the back straightaway. With 19 to go, of course, Shane Hart trying to go back-to-back at Rockingham. Secure the win. Henderson trying to go 2 in a row. And sweep the first 2 opening races, something that his brother, Aaron Stanton, did last season in ARCA, winning Daytona and Richmond. And for the lead, no contest. Josh Henderson to the lead. Well, Henderson wants that extra bonus point as well. He knows that he will not be getting. He knows that he is not going to be getting the bonus points for tonight. But Henderson, 2 in a row would be monumental right now for the Tractor Supply Ford Mustang. Play cards right, and of course, as right now Tyler Stone's set to run him down. Both of them on the same set of tires. 5 each. Compared to Horace 20, that's about 15 lap difference. 16 lap. Right now, 17 to go from Rockingham. First time Henderson's led all night. Matter of fact, last week, Henderson led only 1 lap, and it was the last one. Pit strategy length as they run now. A little bit of ways, and there you see it, not updated yet with a number, but you can see Henderson and Stone have pitted. Shane Hart and Elijah Fisher on a 22-lap stint. Give Fisher some props after going a meatball flag earlier in the race. The wind might not be there for the 4 right yet, but another caution. Fall right into the house, right into his favor and Hart's favor. Right now, top 5 on the lead lap. Mike Hauser, Chris Laota, Jason Williams, all 1 lap down. Cade Cannon 2. Battle for 10th between Robert Will Hoyt and A.J. Thompson, 5 down each. Apostle Chavez 9 and 12. Stephen Henning Jr. 16 down and 13th. Hernandez 19 laps down in the 14th spot. Hadaway will round out 15, 20 down, and then on down to the field. Maddox, Horror, Hadaway, McCullough, and Brent Hammerhand, Jeffrey Peppers. In the garage, Hunter Azell joins him. Robert McKay, Colt War, Christopher Rosca, and Wad Cobbs Jr. 13 to go. We'll look at the lap times the last couple of laps. And right now, Henderson just barely faster. Tyler Stone on the charge in that Toyota Camry. We'll look at it this lap. 2/10 faster than Henderson. Got to think, yes, Tyler Stone pushing right now. And how will Josh Henderson accumulate if he is pushing hard? Well, it looks like from that angle, let's run on board with Tyler Stone for a minute. Hold on now. There we go. Run on board with Tyler Stone and really listen to how he's working the throttle here. Really, it's like letting off just a little bit early. Apostle Chavez gonna get out the way, gonna slow Tyler up just a little bit, gonna let Henderson sneak away to about 5 tenths of a second. 10 to go. Really looks like Stone's able to really get through the corner just a little bit better than what Henderson can. Run on board with Josh Henderson, see what he's doing different. Stone's coming. That's the thing. Thing about it is, does Tyler got enough momentum to really get there to him? And how will it be a bump and run? Down the back straightaway, going to be 8 to go. When they cross the start-finish line. Well, it looks like Stone's better through 1 and 2. Henderson better through 3 and 4. 8 to go. Tyler Stone trying to get his second win in three races. A lot on the line for Henderson. It'd be a statement win to go two in a row and sweep the opening 2 races like his brother did last year in ARCA. Tyler Stone won the Busch Clash, or won the Clash at Daytona. Before the Inspire 250 would be his second win in 3 races. Shane Hart, the defending winner of this race right now, settling back in the 3rd spot. But right now it looks like Hart out of the running for this as the tires too much to overcome. This is between Full Throttle Union and Inspired Motorsports. Six to go. Elijah Fisher slow on the back straightaway. Loops it around, gets it rolling, no caution yet. Fisher will get it pointed back in the right direction. Keeping it green. 5 laps to go for Tyler Stone. If I had to go for Stone to do something, Apostle Chavez meatball flag. Slow on the front straightaway. Stone hard off the wall. Well, that right there would do it. Tyler Stone, meatball flag. The race is done for Tyler Stone, and with that, Josh Henderson needs 4 more good laps. If I was Tyler, I'd say screw it, keep on going. Forget it. If it DQs me, it DQs me. He is. Stone's going for it. 3 to go. So I'll deal with the consequences later. Right now, the win is in your sights. But Josh Henderson starting to scoot away with it. Well, right now I think he can hold on to it for 2 more laps. He'll be led 19 laps tonight. And really, what can you say? In all honesty, what can you say? A start like this, it really Inspired's top series. All right, to sweep the opening races. Well, it's a big feat. White flag for Harrison, going to exit turn 4 for the final time, or turn 2 for the final time. Down Thunder Alley. The back straightaway. Stone doesn't have anything left. Going to haul it in one more time. Off of turn 4. The Inspire 250 winner will win at Rockingham. Josh Henderson to open the season 2 in a row. Hell of a job. What a run. This right here, we might be looking at the guy that goes deep into the playoffs and will potentially even win the playoffs. 2 in a row, Josh Henderson. Well, Josh Henderson burns it down in Rockingham. And he is going to park it right in the victory lane. Josh Henderson, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. Does it get any better than this?
Hey, man. Long time no see. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm going to be honest with you. From what it looked like earlier, you had a top 5 car, but not the pace to compare to the likes of Har and Ward Early, Elijah Fisher at some points of the race. Really, did you feel like that caution with 20 to go saved you?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to get probably a top 5. I felt like I was top 5 car. I'll agree with you 100%. It came down to saving a set of tires there. I don't know if Shane had an extra set. I'd be curious to see. But, yeah, Shane was the class of the field. Tyler Stone came on fast there at the end. Mike was quick all night long. Felt like I was, 4th, 5th place car there, but just needed it to fall my way. And I told you early, man, it's just going to be patient and attrition. So I stayed patient and caught the break I needed and then didn't turn a wheel wrong there for the last 15 laps or so.
Well, buddy, I got to ask you, of course, the winner from last week, you're going to kickstart the season off. As a matter of fact, it's eerily similar to how your brother started off the ARCA series last year. And I got to ask, are you sure you and him ain't swapping the ride right now? Because right now, I mean, we don't call you hot shot for nothing, but never thought I'd have you on my bingo cards to open up the first 2 races with a win. It's got to be a thrill.
Yeah, man, feels good. I told you, keep an eye out. We're not playing around this year. So last year was learning. Um, I've said it before, but growing up racing with all my buddies, I was always the best. On the Xbox or on the PlayStation or whatever it was, and then you get into with a group of guys who all love racing. They're all good with their friend group, and they're all the best in that. So it was eye-opening to not be dominating like I was last year or last season. Feels good to finally put things together and show I can do it. So yeah, you better circle me, man. We're ready to make a championship run this season.
Make no mistake. I already have you deep into the playoffs, and make no mistake, the only thing that ain't changing going into next week, Josh Henderson will get 2 straight and will maintain the points lead following Rockingham. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hell of a job. I got one more question for you. Is there anybody you want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, first and foremost, this one's for Charlie. I'll echo Christopher Bell on that one. It's unfortunate when people can't, have a belief and follow through with it. So, sad day in America last week. So this one's for Charlie. This one's for my family, my wife letting me do this kind of stuff. It feels good. And obviously all my friends watching, if they are, appreciate them as well. And thank you, Aaron and Elijah, for putting it on, man. It's been fun, and let's go get another one.
All right, buddy. Josh Henderson, 2 in a row to open the season. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, burst onto the scenes, stealing the clash at Daytona. Had to miss last week, but of course gave it a valued effort tonight. Tyler Stone, Garrett Jings up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, you gave it everything you had, and for a second there, it looked like you might have been faster than the 17. Jess, was that the case tonight, or really? Just take me through the night. It was an up and down night for the 25. Had great qualifying run and then slid through the back of the field. Had to overcome a few things. And in the closing laps, like I said, it looked like you were a bit faster than what Henderson was. Was that the case, or was it pretty much just trying to figure out a way to get around him?
Yeah, it was going to be tough to get around him. I was a little better in 3 and 4, I felt like, but, or corner entry for sure. And then he had a pretty good drive off every corner, but I was able to close ground pretty quick. But I don't even know if I'll end up P2. I may end up like P9. I hit it off the wall pretty hard with 4 to go, and the car still drove fantastic, but fortunately that meatball came on my screen, so we'll see how they handle that. But I was having too much fun to pull in. It was a good night.
Well, right now, unofficially, according to iRacing themselves, you are still credited second tonight.
I mean, I'll take it if they want to leave it. It's been one hell of a week, man. I had to miss for some family stuff, and I'm happy to sit and do this tonight, but thinking of all of them who's been taking care of my mom. So hopefully I can get their mind off what they're doing a little bit, give them some joy, and hope they get some good rest tonight.
Well, buddy, of course, led 9 laps tonight, had decent speed tonight. All things considering, this will be a massive gain in points for you entering tonight and entering next week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I think, we've got good teammates that help each and every one of us. So we help each other out and learn a lot through the practice and through other sessions. And, I think we're going to have some speed, and it's going to be fun racing all my teammates. Steven's got ridiculous speed in qualifying every week, and Shane, of course, being the defending champion, and Darcy's got a lot of wisdom too. So,
go ahead, finish what you're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's just glad to be on this team, and I'm happy that Teresa and you sent me that invitation. It's been a blast, man.
Well, I do want to ask you this. I do want to ask you this, though. Being with, of course, a driver coming off a 9-win season and championship last season, not to mention Stephen Henning, been doing this a while, Darcy Har, able to contribute along the way. Really, how has this improved the Tyler Stone that we saw to start the playoffs, really when you debuted in the last 10 or so races last season. How can you look at Tyler Stone for last season and see the improvements so far this season, all things considering?
I learned a lot about patience. I mean, the Homestead race last year, I mean, I think I was for sure probably one of the faster cars there at the end, but, just got in trouble early and took myself out of it. So having patience to, get the car fixed, do what you need to do, don't get the car in trouble to begin with, and just capitalize on that speed, and then just be there at the end. And, used to have panicked more about that and want to get to the front and let all the crap happen behind me, but you got to be able to get through it sometimes.
There's something about a hard that, hey, I know exactly where you're getting this from. There's something about a hard that really calms you down on it.
For sure. I mean, for sure. I mean, if he's right on your butt on a restart, it gets you a little nervous. But having Darcy to simmer us all down too it's good to have them both.
Well, Tyler, last question before I let you get out of here tonight and let you get some rest of your own. I can only imagine what you're going through, being that my mama's not exactly on the best of health wise, but fairly a lot better off. I do want to say, is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
This one goes out to my dad Tim, my uncle Grant, and his wife Phyllis, and all those helping take care of mom this week, and all the friends giving me support. I appreciate my teammates giving me the encouragement and Inspired Motorsports, and thank you, Garrett, for putting on these broadcasts. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, buddy. Not a problem. Prayers are with you tonight, and Tyler Stone will come home second tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too. Well, that being said, it will not be the 2-in-a-row sweep for Rockingham tonight for the driver who will walk out of here leading 50 laps and claiming about 5 bonus points to 3 for the most laps, the fastest lap, and then leading the most. Let's see, 3 for the most laps, the fastest lap, and leading a lap. 5 bonus points tonight. Shane Hard, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
What's up, Garrett?
Well, I was sitting there thinking for a minute that the caution would be a saving grace for you, Stone, and Henderson, but it looks like you got the raw deal with the draw there. Just take me through. Really, we saw you earlier be able to fend off Mike with about 8 to 10 lap different tires. Was the case with the final restart in Stone and Henderson? Was it really just too much to overcome for the 21?
Yeah, it was. I saved my last set of tires, with like 20 to go there, hoping for another yellow, and it just never came. So, yeah, early in the race there, right before that caution came out, we had a 4-second lead, I think, on everybody. So the car was fast. Definitely should have won this race. We led third of the race, so we shouldn't hang our heads too low, I guess. Fastest lap, and I guess we led a lap. So all in all, P3 is not that bad.
I guess we let a lap. I'd say so, but buddy, well, I'll be damned. Just take me through the night. Obviously, tires did play a big issue. It was more survival tonight. Really getting back there, but I do want to ask, getting back there in traffic, really, did dirty air kind of play a factor? Because we saw some cars get loose or get either loose or tight going into the corners. Do you feel like dirty air kind of played a factor with that tonight, or what is your take on being in traffic?
Yeah, dirty air affected it a little bit, especially into 1. It'd get really tight late in the run, in the center of 1 and 2. So I feel like if guys weren't, letting it roll long enough, they were burning that right front off. And then that's where, you'd see that long run speed happen, with the guys that would wait that extra second, let the car rotate, and drive off. So yeah, Josh, he had a good night. So congrats to him. I'm glad he was able to get the win. And, it sucks for Mike there. I'm not sure what happened, but, I thought me and him were going to be battling it out there for a while, and I'm not sure what happened. So I'll have to go back and look at that. But, yeah, it's just a shame that caution came out, what could have been.
Well, buddy, we're going to go to another track that might fit your strong suit, Phoenix, next week. We'll worry about that when it gets here. Last question for you tonight. Is there anybody want to thank? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Oh yeah, teammates over, in Inspired Motorsports. My girlfriend for, letting me do this every week, and she's probably watching right now, so shout out to her. Everybody that puts this league on, and, of course you, Garrett.
All right, buddy. The defending champion of the series, Shane Harwell, come home third tonight, the 2 in a row from Richmond. Will not come to fruition. He'll turn his sight to Phoenix next week. Appreciate your time, buddy. Hell of a job.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Well, that being said, got a couple more interviews lined up here. Right now, we're just going to go down the order as they're presented. So, really, we're going to hopscotch away. Not 36th. 6th. There we go. Elijah Fisher, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, am I good on the mic this time?
Yeah, much better.
All right.
But, well, for a second there, it looked like it was going to go your favor. Ultimately, what do you feel like was the downfall for the 16 tonight?
We just kept getting caught up in too much stuff. Just ultimately, even on that last run, we had some damage we were hiding, and it's just fresher tires with the way the track is. But I think we would have been okay on fuel, to be completely honest. But obviously, I ended up getting into the wall because we collected some damage earlier and just couldn't really turn as well. And once it kind of kicked in, it just kind of went away. It's just one of them things. It's just like, feel like I could have done better, and then we had a spin later in the race. But I'm happy with P6. Huge recovery, lots of pit stops and repairing damage. So the guys at this 16 crew, they must have been in construction businesses before they did this, because they know how to build the car right back up from bits and pieces. So shout out to them.
Well, take me through the night. Of course, no fast repairs tonight. So I famously one for saying whatever you get, you're stuck with it for the rest of the night. But really, without damage, how big do you feel like tires were going to play a factor? Of course, we know the fixed setups. They got some heavily cambered on the right front. But regardless, how much of a role did tires play in? Because we saw on different restarts, drivers not really able to hang on to the lead for as long. Is that a fair assumption tonight? And what is your take as far as the tire saving going? Do you feel like it was playing into your favor?
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think I'd be the best guy to ask, because we got damaged pretty early often on and had wheel damage all night. But from what I was able to tell, it was one of them tracks where it seemed like you just really had to just be at a certain pace. You couldn't go too slow or you lost too much time, and it was hard to make up a lot of time here. So when you got tracks where it's hard to gain time back unless you're on better tires, it's also really easy to lose time as well. And I think for my perspective, there wasn't really much I could do on tires. I was honestly completely, for one of the few times in my career, on the push hard as far as I can go.
Well, buddy, last question for you tonight, because I know y'all got admin meeting waiting, but is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, I got to thank all the teammates back at Falcon Motorsports. We try hard every day, and all three of us were good to recover, and 5, 6, and 7 for finishing order. Mike led a lot of laps. I got a couple laps led under the belt. Chris had some damage early recovered. Mad Lad, he's logging them laps and taking notes. He'll be one to mess with later on, though. Don't you count him out yet. But
I counted out Josh Henderson early on, and I'm starting to regret that. So I ain't gonna count out much anymore. But Elijah Fish, good.
I was just gonna say I got to give it to the good man upstairs, of course, and thank you, Mom. I'm sure you'll be watching the replay later, so shout out to you for maybe bearing through the whole thing.
But to say it was lonely in the damn chat section tonight.
Yeah, a little lonely, but at least you had yourself to talk to.
long as I didn't answer myself back, I ain't considered insane yet. But Elijah Fisher will walk out of here getting pretty good bonus points tonight. Led 31 laps to come home 6th. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thanks, Garrett.
Well, when you talk about recoveries tonight, Mike Hauser has had an up and down night. Will walk out of here leading 46 laps, ultimately coming home in the top 5 spot. Mike Hauser, Garrett Jings up here in broadcast booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, of course, tonight looked very promising tonight. Top 5 finish, so the consistency part is still there. Left 46 laps, just 4 short of getting the 3 bonus points tonight. Do you feel like tonight was a great recovery coming out of Daytona?
I mean, probably in the moment right now, it doesn't seem as good, but probably if they get a couple minutes to cool off, then I'd say absolutely, yeah. I just want to apologize for how animated I got earlier. I just pitted later than I should have, and that was on me. And I'm really sorry for getting into the 20. I was just trying to make up time, and I just sent it in there and then had the incident with the 13. So just want to apologize to everybody there that I lost it on. And it's not really how I want to present myself. So I guess sometimes when you have a car that can win, you have top 5, top 3 winning speed, maybe it just gets to you, just get frustrated. So
been there before 1,000 times.
Yeah, like I said, we led almost the most laps. We were up there mixing it around with Shane, and I was just trying to stay as close as I could to him and try to pit around it. But I decided, and I'm gonna try to stay out, and just didn't work out for me. So the 43 team, we showed what we want to show tonight. We led laps. We were up front. We were contending. We just need to work on execution and over, like I said, great recovery. And I know we'll be really good at Phoenix next week. It's another track I'm really good at. So yeah, just bummed out for myself right now, and bummed out for all the people all the races I ruined. So we'll recover. But yeah, just bittersweet right now.
Well, buddy, I will pick your brain a little bit here, since you alluded and you've mentioned about 3 or 4 times now. How crucial was it, for green flag pit stops on and off pit road? How crucial was it, and really at what point could you feel like the tires were starting to really say, hey, I need to be changed? Because I believe at one point you pitted after a 61 lap stint. So really, what was the giveaway signs other than the car being tight as all get out, wouldn't turn, and really just how crucial did pit stops matter tonight?
Yeah, they really matter for sure. And I think it's just picking and choosing your battles, knowing like where the guys around you are on the same strategy when they're pitting. And if you stay out longer, you're just going to lose more time. They're going to be able to run half a second, 2 seconds faster than you the more you stay out. And I had that gut feeling like, I should pit right around, probably, I'd say around lap 110. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to stick it out here a little bit, and stayed out just a bit too long. And at the end of the day, that's on me. So I think I know now, it's kind of like I said, one of those gut feelings where you kind of just feel like, man, I really got to pit. So it's just a learning experience. I know it's our second season in, but I'm still learning, and all I can do is take that moment and try to learn from it next time. And I think I learned a very valuable lesson today in just pitting and how much it means, especially on high wear tracks like Rockingham.
Well, buddy, first and foremost, I ain't mad with you over. I can understand. This is the risk I take when interviewing drivers after a wreck. So I kind of expected it to come from somebody at some point along the way. So, no hurt feeling with her. You're better than some, just jumping on there and cursing all over the radio, whatnot. I've had to deal with a couple people like that before. So, but last question for tonight before we head out of here. I still got Lyota to come up, but is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just want to thank my Falcon Motorsports teammates. They're great, and especially Elias for just helping me out. And like I said, everyone keep me hyped up. When I was getting really down on myself, everyone just said, "Hey, man, you're good." So it means a lot to me, and having a great support system. And just want to thank my family for watching. Whenever they watch, they like to catch up on the races, and yeah, those guys. And thank you for putting on the broadcast as always. And I didn't mean to direct my anger towards you in any way, shape, or form. And I love your broadcasts. I think you're one of the best in the business, man.
I appreciate it, buddy. No hurt feelings tonight. And Mike Hauser, after only completing 8 laps last week in Daytona, will walk out of here 5th and will gain valuable points towards the top 10. Appreciate your time, Mike.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate it.
Yep. That being said, last but definitely not least, and you want to talk about recoveries, really all of Falcon Motorsports with a hell of a recovery effort tonight. Chris Lauda join me in the booth. We'll come home 7th tonight. Do you got a copy?
I do. Hopefully my mic's working. There we go.
Well, first thing first, Falcon Motorsports kinks to fix. Mic issues. Elijah Fisher earlier. Jess, I don't know where to start. Take me through the night. There was the incident with Robert Wilhoit. I'm sure that almost bet you almost need a pair of dude wipes after that. And then off and on, dude, it was a rough night for 69. We did get one of your saves earlier in the race where you smoked the right rear tire. But just take me through the night. Handling wise, do you feel like there's a difference from tonight versus how the last time we came to Rockingham was?
Oh, for sure. There was definitely a difference. It felt overall kind of snug in the first time we were here, but this one was a little bit freer. So happy with the way that the number 69 Castrol Ford Mustang for Falcon Motorsports was. Other than that, I'm what a recovery. I don't know how I did that.
Well, buddy, of course, tonight, early in the season, I know people don't think about it as much as I do, but came into the night 23rd in points, 16 out of the top 10. Do you feel like this will kind of set the tone for the remainder of the season? We got Phoenix next week. Just to say a few, let's see, a matter of fact, I got it right here. Phoenix, Las Vegas, Texas, Iowa to finish out the first 6 weeks. Do you feel like this run tonight will kind of put the 69 in a good spot to try to capitalize on some momentum, maybe even get a win in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
I'm not sure if we're going to get a win in, say, 4 weeks, but the momentum is there. It was just an overall good showing for what we had tonight. Going to tracks that we obviously have been on itself. Boosts confidence a little. Iowa might be the little curveball in the schedule, but Phoenix I'm looking forward to. We're definitely looking forward for Las Vegas. It's gonna be a heck of a showing.
Well, buddy, I got 2 more questions for you. Early on this season, of course, the 250 did not go. I don't think went anybody's way except for Josh Anderson, to say the least. But coming into tonight, is there an improvement from the Chris Lauda we saw last season to now, 2 races in and rallying back to a 7th place here at Rockingham?
I'll say this in the nicest way possible. First season was to survive. This season I'm going for everything. So we're gonna try and be up there for more wins. It's all the confidence from last season to survive. It's just going to be the same way going forward.
Well, buddy, that will bring me to my last question. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
I do want to discuss something real quick. That save, I just gave it a little too much brake under caution, and that was horrible. But overall, we came back from an overall speeding penalty, or not speeding penalty. We had a 58-second time penalty, which put us a lap down. The overall goal was to not go a lap down this race, but finishing in 7th was great. So, unfortunately, I have to thank everybody on board this 69 camp this season. Rockstar Energy, Castrol, Castle Hill Farm, which will be a sponsor coming up. Dependable Duck Cleaning. Got a bunch of others, but those are the only ones I could really think of. Build Submarines, AUKUS, all them. But overall, I'm happy with the 7th. Come back from almost 19th at one point, and here we are. We're here.
All right, buddy. Well, Chris Lytle will come home tonight in the 7th spot after a hard-fought battle all day. Chris, appreciate your time and look forward to seeing. And we'll talk to you again in Phoenix.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, we'll go through the finishing order for tonight's race. After 156 laps in one of the most grueling tracks on the schedule, Hot Shot Henderson, what can you say? 2 wins in a row to open up the season and will maintain the points lead. Tyler Stone, a hard-fought effort, will come home second. Shane Hart, a 2 in a row at Rockingham, will not be able to be done tonight, but he will salvage a 3rd place run with 5 extra bonus points. Travis Farmer, an awesome run for the 13 tonight after a disappointing run in Daytona. And really, you can look down at this whole top 10 order and really say this is what a lot of guys needed exiting the Inspire 250. Mike Hauser 5th, Elijah Fisher 6th, Chris Loda 7th, Jason Williams, a hell of a start to the season already, 13th, or actually 8th in the 250, 8th again tonight. Cade Cannon, a much needed run, sitting in the mid 20s, entering tonight. He'll walk out of here 9th. Robert Wilhoit 10th. AJ Thompson, a great run for the 48, able to recover, salvage an 11th place finish. Apostle or Paul Chavez, there which one he wants to go by. Get with him later in the week to figure that out. Will come home 12th. Stephen Henning Jr. 13th. Hernandez 14th. Hadaway 15th. James Hadaway, that is. Joseph Maddox, Darcy Harr, Bobby Hadaway will round out the field. Well, not the field, but round out top 18. On down through the remainder of the field. Brent Hammerhand, the rough start to the season continues with a 20th place run. Jeffrey Peppers had a great run going. Electrical issues will be the undoing for the 24 tonight. Hunter Rozelle, 2nd in points, entering tonight. That would definitely take a hit. 22nd place run. Colton Ward will be the first of the drivers to not finish tonight, as he will be 23rd. Christopher Roscoe 24th. Juan Cos Jr. 25th. And Robert McKay rounds out the field in 26th. Of course, Aaron Stanton don't count. Well, that being said, appreciate everybody for watching tonight. There'll be several more races throughout the week. Saturday night, Inspired Thunder Series, the whole brand new series. It's going to be confusing at first, but you'll get a grip on it. 40 weeks, Winston Cup style format. 5 different cars throughout the course of the season. And, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Cannot wait to see the action. Until then, HGR and MMS all scheduled throughout the week. Little Dog, Big Dog on Wednesday. HGR Wednesday through Friday. And yeah, so a lot of action, a lot of racing to be done tonight. Until then, I'm Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. Appreciate everybody for watching tonight on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the race tonight. And until then, I'll see everybody Wednesday night. Have a good one.